For your hand is not needed here tonight. Feel your heartbeat, slow it down. Oh, well, there's no need to rush, no need.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me again, and I am back. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to all the people who have taken the time out to subscribe and be interested in my little journey. So thank you, and I've got special shout outs to Gypsy Girls, Chrissy K, Marie, Miss Ladylocks, Robin F, Pillows, and Sarita. Thank you. I've really appreciated the comments that you've made. They've been very encouraging at a time when I was really struggling. But now I think I am seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. I am very closely coming up to 3 months Sisterlocs installation. I had them installed on the 4th of February. No, the 6th of February, sorry. And obviously, so it's going to be 3 months. So I made it this far. So it's been very encouraging having some feedback. So thank you for taking the time. Thank you for taking the time to watch the videos. And thank you for subscribing. I feel encouraged. So what's been happening? I had my second retightening last Wednesday. So it's kind of looking a little bit flat, and I got my part back. So I'll show you that a little bit later. I haven't really been taking much notice of it because I think the reason why I was getting a little bit discouraged before, maybe I was just looking at it too much. Every day I was in the mirror. So now I just don't take much notice, to be honest, and I'm just leaving it to do its own little thing. So I had my retightening, and I must say it was painful. It really hurt. It really hurt. I don't know if it's because my head is not used to being manipulated anymore, and my scalp is used to being rested, but it was painful. I don't know if it's because I had 2 people retightening it this time. It was painful. It took about 3 days for it to stop hurting. So I had to grit my teeth. But it's the process, and I like the way it looked afterwards. I will upload some pictures. And also, let me just say that you're going to be fed up of me by the time this video finishes, because I have downloaded a new editing app called Power Director, I think it's called. It's really good if you're into gadgets. It's really good. You can add a soundtrack, you can add music, you can add all sorts of fandabby-dozy stuff, so you will see things flying about the place, and I hope you don't get fed up of it, but I just love a gadget. So I'm going to try a little thing. But yes, my video quality will now be increasing because I'm on it now. So, as I said, I had it retightened only last Wednesday, so it's not as stiff as it was. But as you can see, it's very, very scalpy-licious. You can see right in there. You can see on my scalp. And I don't mind it really. I can tell it's grown a little bit because I've got these 2 little things hanging down here, blowing in the wind, because now the sun is out and it feels like spring has sprung. So I'm getting a little breeze in my scalp. It feels good. So here we have another little few partings. And to be honest, since I had it retightened, because my head was so sore, I did nothing with it. I just left it. I just tied it up at night time and I left it. I haven't been doing anything to it anyway. I kind of have a little bit of a hairstyle. Well, I'm exaggerating. I have a hairband, which I put on, just to give it a little bit of something different, a little definition. But I did, for the first time, have some slippage. Woo! I had this little one on the side here. It completely came out. So this one, as you can see, let's see, can you see that? Freshly put in last week. It was complete, the whole thing completely came out. And this one was a little bit loose at the roots. And she's put this one, about this much of it was loose. She's done that one. And I had most of my back row, there was about 3 that didn't completely come out, but it's doing it again anyway. It nearly came out completely, so it was nice to have them retightened and put back in. And I'm wondering, was I putting in a little bit, maybe too much water? So I've kind of eased back on the water. I just kind of give it a very, very light, maybe about 5 little sprays, and then I just leave it. And I was missing the sauna so much, I started to have some really hot baths, and I think that did not help, but shh, don't tell nobody. So I don't think that was helping. Maybe it was the sweat as well. So, but it's funny because this side is completely different to this side. I don't know if you can see any difference. This side always lays flat, and I don't know if it's because it's the side that I sleep on. And it's funny that this was the only side that kind of came out. This side was fully intact, no slippage, no nothing. So that was interesting. So, I don't know if it looks any different. I think I can see that it's grown a bit. It feels like it's grown a bit. It feels like it's got a little bit more length to it. It kind of moves a little bit. So I'm waiting for the big swish swish moment. The big swish swish moment when you wake up and you kind of go. So I know it's going to be a few years, but that's what I'm waiting for. So I'm patiently waiting. But as I said, I think I've passed the part where it's kind of slowed down a lot. But now it kind of, to me, it looks more like locks. To me. When I look in the mirror, I think it looks more like it's locks in. It's not, none of it is. The ends are still very, very curly. Let me see if I can show you something. Look. Very, very curly still. All of the ends are just like this. But there was one actually that looked like it was a little bit different on the end. A little bobble there. So I don't know. Is that a bud? I don't know. Look. Don't know. But that's the only one that looks like that. But let's see. That's about the length of it now. There. Just a little bit longer than my little post-it note. Yeah, I suppose it is growing. But I haven't been doing anything with it, to be honest, and I haven't really had much feedback. But I kind of feel like, ooh, I can push back a little bit of something. Even though the little horns are sticking out sometimes, when you think you look good, and you fling down your hair and you think, yes, I look alright. You know, when you get to work, you got 2 little horns sticking out on the side like that, and you think, oh dear, it don't look as good as I thought. But yeah, there's not much to report on really. As I said, I feel as though I'm kind of coming through a bit of a dark period now. It feels like, looking a little better, looking like it's got a little bit of more body to it. Let me see if I can turn. Let's try. That was the turn. Let me see if I can do it again. It's still pretty neat after the retightening. Ooh, go this way. Ooh, that's the ones that were put back in completely. I hope you can see that properly. So as I said, I'm not doing anything with it. I've been watching some very interesting videos, and I probably will put a couple of links to them. One of them was from Melissa Blake, who's an English loctician, and she was very clearly defining the different stages that your locks go through and why it's very useful not to manipulate them too much, because she was saying that when you style it, if you're stretching it, you're kind of encouraging it to form but thinner locks than maybe if you hadn't stretched it. So that's why I'm not stretching it out too much, because my hair's already very fine. I'm trying to see if I can get them to be little chunky chips. So there was a time when I did try one little bantu knot, And I noticed that the hair was quite stretched for a long time, and I got scared because it was looking a lot thinner than the rest of them. So that just taught me to just leave it well alone, and hopefully they will get a little bit more body in them. But they're not that thick, they're still pretty thin. Yeah, they haven't really thickened up too much. But it seems as though they're shrinking more. It seems to be still going backwards. And the roots, as you can see, are not any thicker than they were before. So, I don't know, but I'm happy. I feel happier with them. I feel a little bit happier with them. The back has got a little bit more length, but it keeps bouncing up. So I have to keep trying to stretch it down. And here too. But, yeah. The top, I don't know. It's looking alright, I suppose. But yeah, I'm happy with it, but I'm not really touching it much at all. I took a couple of pictures because I'm not sure if anybody else has got the same experience. I don't know if it's a fine hair thing, but when I wake up in the morning, it is flat. Let me turn this music down. It's getting louder and louder. Yeah, better. Yeah, when I wake up in the morning, it is flat to my head. And then normally what I have to do is I have to give it a little buff up. But when I spray it, it bounces up a little bit, which really makes me know that black hair loves water. We as black women used to run from water as though it was kryptonite. But with natural hair, what I realize is natural hair loves water. We were denying ourselves of water, the food of life. So now when our hair was breaking and it was dry and cripsy. So I've noticed how much the hair loves water. But I wish I could put more on it, but obviously I can't yet because I'm still waiting for it to lock at the ends and I don't know how much longer it will take. But anyway, I cancelled my membership at the gym because I know I'm not going to get to the sauna anytime soon. I lie, I didn't cancel it. I froze it for 3 months in the hope that by September I can go back. But yeah, I haven't been doing much. I've been just chilling, really. Me and the hair have been chilling. We've been going shopping. Been going to the nail shop, and we've been coming home and going to work. So we haven't been doing much at all. So I think that's about it from me. As I said, I'm going to upload some pictures. I want to see if I can embed some pictures within the video. So I apologize in advance for all of my video editing, but we got one life. Might as well make the most of it. So I hope everybody is well, and I'm following some of your journeys as well. So I think I'm just going to post updates monthly from now on because there's nothing really happening very fast, and I haven't really got much to say, as you can see. So did I make a note of anything else? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's about it really. So yeah, I'm going to try and put up some pictures. And I'm happy. Happier than the last time. So peace out. Megan. Bye. So here I am showing you some of my roots before I had my retightening done. And there's all the grey hair out the door. Oh, hide that away. Can't even colour that for now, but I gotta live with them roots. So here's some of my straight parts, which are looking kind of fuzzy because I did have a lot of, not a lot, but I had quite a bit of regrowth before I had my retightening done. So I was well in need. I'm kind of glad the time was coming up for retightening because it was looking really rough around the edges, and the parts were kind of disappearing a little bit. So here I'm just trying to show a little bit of how it's starting to move now, which is why I'm a little bit happier with it now. It's starting to have a lot more movement in it. And as you can see, more scatterings of grey hair, but I call it wisdom. So here's the back. The back row was where I had the major slippage. So about 3 of the rows in the middle, that one there is fine, it just needed retightening. but there was about 3 in the actual middle, and this is the first of those 3 that would need at least, I would say, 60 to 70% retightening or reinstallation, because they had a lot of slippage from the root and from the end back to the middle. They were just really holding up in the middle, but the rest of it has slipped out. And I think, again, it's those hot baths I was having, but as I said, don't tell nobody. So funnily enough, both of the locks on the sides were fine. It was just the middle. The middle needed to be reinstalled. So not much slippage so far, but that's what I'm just trying to show you here. And then I'm going in just to show you a few of the partings so I can show you what the regrowth looked like. I had last had my retightening 6 weeks ago, so I'm on a 6 weekly schedule, and this time around my retightening took an hour because I had 2 people doing it. But as I did say, it was quite painful this time around. So even though it was an hour, it was an hour of agony, and it was really tender for the following 3 days. But there's not much I can say about that. That's just life. Maybe I might have to take a painkiller next time, or maybe next time it may not hurt as much. I don't know. I think it's just because my scalp was just used to having nothing done to it. So there's the top. There's my grid from the top. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up quite nicely now. Even though I'm back to Scalpville now that it's been retightened, it's progress. So I'm happy. And I'm actually sharing the opinion that another lady who uploads videos, I've forgotten her name, I think it's Dreamhouse Lauren, she was saying how her hair looks so much better on camera, and I have to agree, yes it does. I can actually see the growth in it by watching these videos. So not only are they useful for anybody else who's taking note of the journey, it's also useful if you do it for yourself, because it's difficult to sometimes see the difference between your hair, because obviously it's like watching paint dry. You really can't see it happening. But when you compare the duration between the different videos, then you can really get to see how your hair is progressing and what your locks are looking like. So to me, that's why I'm saying it looks a little bit more like locks now, even though the ends are still very much open. They look like they're forming what will look like locks. So I'm quite pleased with it. So that's just a little bit of how it's moving now, and it feels quite nice now to have a little play in it. But that's what it looks like, and that's a little bit of what it looks like when it's stretched to its full length as well from the back. Okay, so I hope that was useful for you. All right.
Sing your song, play your tune. Well, I just want you to know how much you mean. So stop thinking of things to do. Steal a moment, take a few. Sit back and enjoy the view. You got to learn how to lose control. Time for a change to free. I give you love like you gave to me